Hey guys, Truetalk here, coming at you with a review of Stargirl Season 1, Episode 1. And let's get into it. The episode opens up with the JSA fighting the Injustice Society, and we see a number of the JSA die at the hands of the Injustice Society, including Wildcat, Dr. Midnight, Hourman, and we see the Flash's helmets. During this opening scene, we see that Pat, aka Stripesy, is heading to the scene, and we also see that Starman gets injured by Icicle, and they manage to escape, but Starman passes away anyway later on in the scene at a different location once they've escaped and are away from the Injustice Society. The episode then cuts to a different location on the same night, which happens to be Christmas Eve. We see a young Courtney Whitmore waiting for her dad to come visit her for Christmas Eve, and she has a present for him, but he does not show up, and her mom has to go to work. 10 years later, we see that Courtney, her mom, her stepdad Pat, aka Stripesy, and her stepbrother Mike are all moving from California to Blue Valley, Nebraska. And just a little Easter egg, if you look at the moving truck says American Action Movers. And if you notice that the action, or in the fonts on that truck, is very reminiscent of Action Comics from DC Comics. While at her first day of school, Courtney meets Beth, Rex, and Yolanda, who we don't get all of their names specifically in the episode, but the casting has been out for those actors, and those are their names that they're playing. I'm pretty sure that these individuals are going to become part of her new JSA. We'll have to wait and see. While during this episode, we see a bully come up to Yolanda and start messing with her, and we see the bully steal Courtney's phone and ends up in a little tussle in the cafeteria, and Courtney gets detention. After a rough first day of school, Courtney sneaks into the basement and discovers that Pat was Stripesy, and along with the cosmic staff. She ends up taking the cosmic staff out and having a little fun with it, and ends up blowing up the same bully from the cafeteria's car at a drive-in movie theater. When Courtney arrives home, she sees that her stepdad Pat is waiting for her, and he comes clean about his past and his relationship with the JSA, and he discusses with her that they all perished on Christmas Eve 10 years ago, which she in her mind connects the dots as the same day that her dad disappeared. And she compares a locket that she has with a picture of her dad and the picture of the JSA, and she believes that Starman could potentially be her father, which would explain why the cosmic staff works for her and responds to her. We then see a scene of the bully talking to his father, who is then revealed to be Brainwave from the Injustice Society, and he calls Icicle and informs him that the cosmic staff has reappeared, and that they're trying to decide if they should be worried or look into it to see if they are in danger, or there's someone that they need to deal with. We then see that later in the night, we see that the cosmic staff wakes Courtney up, and again she takes it out. We see that her doing some gymnastic moves with it and practicing the handling of it, which is pretty cool. I don't think we've seen the kind of acrobatic gymnastic moves like on any other heroic superhero TV shows. So this is interesting, a different kind of mode of combat or fighting or action scenes to be done in this show compared to others. While she's out with the cosmic staff, she ends up getting attacked by Brainwave, and they have quite a fight, and she manages to make it out, but as she's escaping, she is caught by Pat with a suit of armor that looks kind of like his car, which I assume is going to be his stripe armor. Just to recap, the Injustice Society that we saw in the episode included Tigress, Sportsmaster, Brainwave, Icicle, and Solomon Grundy, and I believe that we saw the Wizard for a brief moment. Some other things that I'd like to point out from the episode is some kind of suspicious, or who I think is what's going to happen with certain individuals. We see that the janitor in the school, I find that he's very suspicious looking. I want to say that he is reminiscent of the Wizard of the Injustice Society, but we'll have to wait and see. In addition, the teacher in the lunchroom that Courtney talked to, I want to say that is very reminiscent of Tigress, but we'll have to see if that is in fact Tigress, and just so happened to be working at the school. Furthermore, Crusher, the owner in the gym that met with Pat when he was opening up, or cleaning out his new space that he's going to open, but I assume a car garage or car automobile repair location. That is Sportsmaster, so that'll be interesting to see as well. Again, the other people that I like to kind of suspicious of, or like to see what would happen with them, is again the bully. I'd be interested to see if he has the same powers as his dad, Brainwave, but again, we'll have to see. And Cindy, the cheerleader, she's also an interesting character that I'm kind of suspicious of. Last but not least, let's look at the description for next week's episode, titled Stripe, or STRIPE as individual letters. The description reads as follows: Life is about legacy. After Courtney has an unexpected run-in with a member of the Injustice Society of America, Pat reveals the truth to her about their history. So again, this is in reference to this last episode. We saw that she had an incident with Brainwave. He's going to reveal about their history, potentially, who is part of the Injustice Society of America, and maybe potentially how they got together or what happened with them. And continuing the description, meanwhile, Barbara is elated when she sees Courtney making an attempt to get along with Pat, not knowing the secret that they've been keeping. Again, the mom is going to be very happy to see that the two of them are getting along better, but really in reality it's because of the superhero secretness that they have and an understanding between each other about. Continuing the description, it says, finally things take a dangerous turn at Blue Valley High's open house night when Courtney becomes the target of a dangerous foe. I'd be interested to see if potentially Brainwave is going to be at this open house and recognize her, because she did not have a mask on when they were fighting. We will have to see what goes down at this open house. Thanks for watching this video. Please go check out the blog post for this episode as well. My social medias, Instagram, Twitter, etc. are included below. And I will see you guys next week for episode 2.